Hello folks, it's Chris in Arena Studio. Today we're going to talk about the main reasons why you struggle to build speed into your rock, shred and metal runs. If this is what you're looking for, then this is the video for you. So, thanks for sticking around. One of the most important things that we always underestimate when we're looking at playing speed runs, scalar patterns, that type of thing, is the actual number of notes that we're trying to pick. Now, we've got several options when we want to build speed on a scalar pattern. We've got choices of legato. The other ones are alternate picking. And the third one, which I tend to focus on more than any, is economy picking. So with economy picking, we're literally following the direction of the pick. If we've got a 3-note per string pattern, this is how we should approach it. And you'll see why I've gone for a 3-note per string pattern, because this little golden nugget of information is something that we always neglect, and this is the bit that unlocked it all for me. So if we take a 3-note per string pattern, and we're going to start on frets 9, 10 and 12. Same on the G. And then 10, 12, 13 on the B and the E. So we get this type of thing. Now normally if we were going to alternate pick the exercise, we would go down, up, down. I'll pass over the string, bear with this because you've probably seen this before, but I'm going to give you something that makes a huge difference. So you would go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you look on a couple of occasions there, when we change string, we're actually going over the string and picking with an upstroke. Now I always struggle with this to sort of try and get warp speed, if that's what you're looking for, into your playing. So for me, the easy way was to actually just do it economy picked, where you would go down, up, down, and then down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, okay? So that's economy picked. But ascending and descending runs sound very scale, and they're all right. You know, it's a great way of getting from A to B, but we need to add a little bit more spice and variety. So one of the things that a lot of shred players look at is pick slanting. Okay, so if we get the pick and we slant it down, instead of trying to alternate pick like this, where the pick sometimes dips in and out and you get this rolling action, which is causing a discrepancy in accuracy. If you pick slant, you basically get this type of thing going in. Now hopefully you can see that little bit of an angle. Now there's a great way, and this is the little nugget, the golden nugget here, but there's a great way of actually practicing that. If you look at, if we're going to start on the D string, we're just going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But we are actually training ourselves to economy pick. So if we look at this G string and I start on the D string, there's a great, use that G string to your advantage. Use that as a rest, like a rail for your pick to land on, so you can't go any further than that. So that's a great way to actually start to build a little bit of speed into your picking. Now again, this golden nugget of information is all to do with the number of notes, because if we go 1, 2, 3, we're in a downstroke for the next string, which is great. But what we need to do is, if we put 6 notes in and just alternate pick, which is literally going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, you'll see what happens. We go down, up, down, up, down, up, and then we go to the next string. So as you can see there, rolling the wrist is giving me the basics of pick slanting, and even number of notes, 6 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means I don't have to worry about pushing through in an economy picked motion with the pick in hand. So again, we would get So that is one of the most important things, is analysing how many notes you've got before you move to your next string, because that determines how you're going to pick it, whether you're going to stick with a, or whether you're going to economy pick it. So if we did the C major scale with the 6 notes per string, we've got, so see how we don't have to worry then, we're just literally down, up, down, up, down, up. Whereas if we ascend with just 3 notes, which is an odd number, we get this. So analysing, like I say, what you're looking to do with your end goal is if it's an even number of notes, then you're probably just going to alternate pick it, which means that you're going to be with a downstroke when you actually change strings. If it's an odd number of notes, you're going to be on an upstroke when you pass over a string, so I would economy pick those. So when you then start to look at adding that to your picking patterns and your shapes, you'll realise that that's probably the key ingredient that is going to unlock it, because you're actually making this movement very economical. And these are the issues that we come across. You know, going over a string, putting the brakes on and coming back, if you're pure alternate picking, takes a little bit of doing, and most guys I know really struggle to put 2 or 3 years of constant practicing on this alternate picking techniques. So most that I tend to teach, we prefer to, if you have a minuscule, what a good word, a minuscule amount of pick movement, you're not really going to be troubled that much by pick slanting or pick angle. Again, something that seems to be, pardon the pun, but bandied around everywhere, that you've got to have a 45 degree on the pick. You know, nothing's right and nothing's wrong with all these techniques. It's what works for you. And I'm just trying to give you the opportunity to find a solution to something that I went through a few years ago and was a real nightmare for me, this was. So for me, one of the things I like to do is I just pick and then I put the pick back under the string. So I'm literally doing this type of thing. So for me, probably the best way to describe it is my pick. At first, I tried to make sure the pick never left contact with the string. That's probably the best way for me to describe it. Odd number of notes, I would economy pick. Even number of notes, you're probably going to be all right with just a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, because each time you change string, you should be hitting that string with a downstroke. That's the natural progression of the movements. So see how you go with it. Have a little play around with it. If you've got any comments or thoughts on any of the ideas, then just drop a text or a message and let me know. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe and well, and keep having a little go with these picks, and I'm sure you'll get there.